I mean, nothing says female empowerment like getting this opportunity to go to outer space and making sure everyone can see your breasts. I think it's important as they beam this woman into outer space that we answer the question, but what do her breasts look like? Am I wrong?
Lifted. I hear there's no gravity in space. Space is the cosmic bra. That Katy Perry needs to be further empowered bothers me. She's already got about $1 billion, and short of Taylor Swift, is the most famous pop star and female pop star in the world. That she needs empowerment says something sad about women, because it means that even with $1 billion, they still need a boost from the space program or Jeff Bezos' private space program. But they were all oligarchs. Let's remember, they were oligarchs in space, and so they're trying to have their cake and eat it too on the left, I guess. If that's
exactly right.
If that's the left.
Katy Perry was quoted as saying, "We're putting the ass in astronauts." Okay, all right, you go, girl. This is so.
This is why she needs empowering, because she keeps revealing her stupidity like that, and we have to boost her back up.
It's so cringy. I'm sorry, but I'm like, why are you? Don't show your boobs. Don't talk about your ass. Don't get your specially made spacesuit so that we can make sure to see all your curves as you go to outer space. Is that what it is to be a woman? Just show off as much sex appeal, ass, and boob as you can? Matt, I'm not sure. I didn't catch that page in the female handbook.
I'm a little bit confused about the political meaning of toplessness now. We saw there was that demonstration in Paris where all of the demonstrators were topless, and I wasn't sure whether I was supposed to not look furtively, also
furtively.
What exactly the meaning of that was supposed to be. Was it supposed to be erotic, de-eroticizing? It's a very strange message now. I think it's supposed to be something about empowerment, but it comes across as mostly confusing to me.
I know.
So I don't know.
This is I'm not sure they dropped the movie Hidden Figures years ago, right? And that's a great movie about women who are behind the scenes. I don't know how true it is, but it's a great movie. And it's women who are behind the scenes at NASA and contributed to the space program. Okay, that I get. What did these women do? Like, honestly, one is sleeping with a billionaire who created this program and is jetting people, to outer space for like 10 minutes, for as long as like your average YouTube video takes. And they came back and they're like, everything's changed. Is it? Okay. They had nothing to do with any of the engineering. They're just looking for famous faces who could draw attention to Jeff Bezos' weird little rocket. His first little rocket looks exactly like a penis. Exactly. The guy's working something out. I think he's like working out his sexual fantasies on us. And this one looks exactly like a breast with the nipple on the top. Look at this one. I'm sorry, gentlemen. You know exactly what that looks like. Everyone does. And now look at this one. It's like I guess you could say igloo if you wanted to be charitable. To me, it looks like a breast. From above, it really looks like a breast with a nipple. Walter.
It's a little Glans-like.
It's Glans-like.
I was in terror. I was in terror that we were going to have another space shuttle disaster, and that we were going to have to mourn these people for maybe the next 700 years. They did add to the space program something that it hasn't had, which is the red carpet, and the sort of fashion critique at the beginning. So it was a combination of the MTV Music Awards, the Oscars, and the Apollo program. I thought it was condescending. I think that's what you're getting at. It was belittling to women, and they belittled women with their behavior and their, antics, I would call them.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. It's just
ridiculous. I was under the impression that most astronauts were basically mostly women, or at least half women. Now, I didn't.
They probably are.
Yeah, I didn't. There was nothing. Was that part of their critique, that there aren't enough?
Yes.
Really? Because it seems like there are quite a lot of female astronauts.
I know. Lauren Sanchez is saying, like, I don't know, they're crossing some new frontier for women. Here she was in her post-flight interview. Let's hear how she enjoyed it.
Earth looked it was so quiet. It was just quiet. And
is it what you expected?
No.
Better?
Yeah. I don't think you can describe it. Because, what I was saying, it was like quiet, but then also really alive.
That's because you're inside a space capsule.
And you look at it and you're like, we're all in this together. Seeing Jeff before I left, I just went, I had to come back. I mean, we're getting married. If I didn't come back, that would be a bummer for me.
Only you, by the way, would say this to me. You said, Jeff, if you don't want to marry me, you don't have to send me to space.
Don't have to send me to space.
I'm sorry. We're watching this woman. She was a news anchor like 10 years ago. Then she married the head of CAA. And then she reportedly cheated on him with Jeff Bezos and moved on to Jeff Bezos. And now we're supposed to celebrate her crossing new barriers for women, meaning boinking a billionaire and getting a free ticket to space for 11 minutes. It was flat but quiet. Like these profundities, Walter. Buckle up.
I actually met a female astronaut once who was on the space shuttle and had quite an interesting conversation with her. And real astronauts are extremely intelligent scientists who've been tested to the limits of their physical and mental fitness. But this was really not women in space. It was stupid people in space. This was the lowest IQ space crew that has ever been launched from Earth. She didn't even have the wit to have some writer give her lines for when she got back. She tried to make them up. It was so quiet. Yeah, you were in a soundproof space capsule, lady.
Yeah, it was a little far out Space Nuts, a little bit.
Yeah. Little Space Nuts.
Oh, wait. On that front, can you just watch? Here are the women dramatically exiting the nipple-shaped space capsule. Watch. There's the billionaire. See, honey, see what I got you for Christmas?
It's your baby.
She hasn't been away that long, dude. It was 10 minutes.
I know, literally. They're treating her like she was in Nam. Where are my babies? My babies, like she was almost dead. Here's Katy Perry. Kisses the ground. Right. You were in such danger. Gayle King, thanking God, and by that I mean Oprah, without whom she'd have no career. She too. Okay, kisses the ground. Somebody already, you should be kissing Oprah. Oprah's there. Kiss Oprah. She's worth far more to you than the ground. Thank you, Jesus. Truly, it's like they're right back from Nam. What did they do? They got in their special Oscar de la Renta designed suits, laid down in a capsule, and came back in 10 minutes, you guys.
That was one small step for womankind, one giant leap backwards for mankind, as far as I can see.
Or one giant step forward for reality shows.
Yeah, that's true. It was a reality show.
It could be a great concept, like, dumb celebrities in space. I would watch that.
Wasn't there at least a little part of you that was hoping they'd get untethered? Just like, I didn't want them to die, but maybe just be out there for a while so we could have a break from all this nonsense, especially from Lauren Sanchez. It's like, why are we pretending she's done anything? She is with Jeff Bezos. That's literally why we know her name. And again, it was all over the tabloids. Like, they got together through an extramarital. All right, fine, people fall out of love, but why are we celebrating this? The love affair. They're going to have this bazillion-dollar wedding ceremony, and you can tell exactly who they're trying to cozy up to. They were either on the nipple-shaped space capsule or they run cover for them in the press. But it's because we have this obsession with money, right? With what looks like achievement. And Jeff Bezos is obviously very, very accomplished. But to me, it's I don't know, Matt, you and I have talked about this before. As a journalist, the more people fawn over somebody like Bezos and this, the more I want to run the other direction, right? It's my reportorial instincts are, ew, they're forming clubs again, and I don't want to be a member of any of them.
Yeah, the more supplicating that goes on, the more uncomfortable you usually get. And there was a lot of that in this one. I guess they did prove that Botox survives re-entry into the atmosphere.
It's good to know.
Though.
Oh, I thought you said rear entry, which has already been proven. Okay, but
they are astronauts.
It's only 13 minutes after. What's happening? Walter, you've lost control of this show.
Yeah, I have. Why don't they send somebody into space who can actually come back and describe it well? You know, not just a journalist, but a poet or something. I mean, they went to space and we have no idea what it was like, except that it was very quiet.
It's quiet, flat.
It was like big and stuff.
Maybe Katy will write a song about it, you know. But that was a nullity. That was a publicity stunt that probably cost more money than any in history. The Elon envy from Jeff Bezos is just absolutely, you know, conspicuous. Elon will get supermodels and a poet or something interesting for a crew. This was terrible.
Here is, my team just sent me the side-by-side. 2021 Blue Origin versus now, which I think was the first flight. There's Bezos in the cowboy hat and 3 others. And now here's the ladies of the new Blue Origin on the right with their sexy, like, it looks like something that, remember that original Jennifer Garner movie that made her a star where she was like the spy climbing over like the lights, the beams of light. And so looks like something our spies might need to wear. And really, it's just, Lauren Sanchez gave this long interview about why they wore this tight outfit over here on the right. Here it is in SOT 31. Watch this.
Where's Carrie Ann? Okay, good.
This is from her Instagram. She's bowing.
Well, they're comfortable. Okay, that's for sure.
They're comfortable. Again, she went to Oscar de la Renta's people, and she rejected, just so you know, I know, Matt, you were wondering, she rejected pockets on the hips because they didn't want to look too hippie. And then they had zippers put on the bottom of the pants so that she could go flare or not, depending on each woman's preference. You've heard about tariffs recently, plus inflation, supply chain disruptions. It's a lot. But there is a silver lining that most people missed. President Trump specifically exempted gold and silver bullion from the tariff talk. The administration preserved the ability to diversify into precious metals. If you are concerned about your savings, consider a free consultation with a Birch Gold Precious Metals specialist. The first step is to text MK to 989898 and receive your free no-obligation info kit on gold. Learn how to hold gold and silver in a tax-sheltered account. Birch Gold will help you convert an existing IRA or 401k into a gold IRA for no money out of pocket. With an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau and thousands of thankful customers, consider texting MK to 989898. Again, text MK to 989898 to claim your free info kit right now. Thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.